We hosted a national youth gathering of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America in Detroit. That was a transformative event.
People were really impressed by that. 30,000 kids doing good things, great things. That touches people, it really does.
It'd been a long time since Detroit was lifted up in this church in a really tremendously positive way.
It was a logical next step for us to consider using the same name and continuing on the success that we had in having the gathering here.
There's an infectiousness that occurs when people say, well, look at what we did, we want to keep this going, and we want to see what's next. And I think God's people will do that.
The Rise Up campaign is a way for the Synod to re-engage with congregations in ways that we have not done for a very long time.
We identified then 7 areas that we thought were priorities for the campaign going forward. First of all, inviting a series of 10 congregations per year to engage in a stewardship program designed to help congregations grow in their generosity, using a program called Stewardship for All Seasons.
That stewardship is something that really matters to the mission.
The reality is that we can do more things together than any congregation can do alone. The Synod gives us that opportunity to gather together.
If one congregation tries something and it doesn't work, and then the next congregation comes in a year later and does the same thing, they can go to the first congregation and say, what didn't work? So it becomes a partnership of congregations.
The second part is to engage in what's called a tune-in process, to put together the assets and gifts of the congregation with the needs and desires of the community in a way that I hope will help build significant bridges and connections.
I think it's less common that congregations are equipped to engage communities that they are not familiar with. So I don't think it's a lack of trying. I do think it might be a lack of training and a lack of resource.
The third part of that, growing out of the tune-in process, to allow congregations to apply for and to receive grants of between $3,500 and $5,000 to engage an idea, a project that they've learned about through this conversation with their community, where they don't have to worry about and where will the funds be coming from.
A lot of change is taking place in our society, and we've basically tried to do the same thing over and over.
The days of when we were having incredible youth programs and filled pews still created the most unchurched generations of Americans. So even then, when we thought we were doing it all right, something wasn't working.
Giving congregations the resources to use and then the funds to try and risk new opportunities to reach out into their communities is kind of exciting.
It's important to see everybody as one team to work. So a lot of these micro grants and little ways for our congregations to tune into the community will hopefully provide some of our congregations, large and small, ways to continue to be a part of the resurrection of the area.
We're inviting many of our pastors to be engaged in mentoring groups, to give advice, to give counsel, to give support, to be friends. It can be a lonely business sometimes, and mentoring is a way to help shape folks for leadership for the long term.
This intrigues me because I believe the Synod is investing in me and working to get the resources that I need to be a successful leader in the church.
Because if we can empower them and equip them and give them the tools and the techniques they need to do that, the kingdom will benefit.
The other part of leadership, of course, is lay leadership. So it's our hope to design and then to carry out a series of training that they are actually equipped to do something instead of you have to do this and you've got no idea how to do it.
The lay leadership development component will give congregations an opportunity to tool up new leaders and to give our lay folks more confidence in serving the church in ways that they have not done before.
After you build the lay leadership, not only will they be leaders in the churches, but they will be able to reach out to people in their community.
We're committed to making a significant gift to the ELCA's 25th anniversary campaign, which is called Always Being Made New.
If our congregation can be prosperous and generous, then we can be prosperous and generous as a whole, as a synod, as an entire church.
Well, as a pastor, I'm very proud to be a part of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. And I hope that our congregations are proud to be a part of that church body also. We're doing great things in the world, and there's opportunity to do even greater things in our local communities.
Well, the church is about community, And that community, it's not just the local, it's about the world as well.
It's our hope out of the results of this campaign that we'll be able to add a half-time position to Synod staff to help facilitate both this campaign and to manage all of the moving pieces, to free up some of my time administratively so that I can engage in some of the mentoring, some of the training, some of the leadership to do that.
I think we'll have a clearer vision for what ministry is. I think we will feel more connected, not only to our community, but to our brothers and sisters in other congregations.
This appeal has all the possibility and all the promise of building a stronger church.
It's just simply about reinvigorating congregations and the collective witness of the Synod.
The basic goal, which we're excited about for this campaign, is $1.25 million. And of course, we will receive gifts in any way that it is possible.
Because it has been so well thought out, that I think that they can find a way that their giving to this campaign and their support of it prayerfully and financially, that they'll see the fruits of that.
I'm in this campaign because I think it invests money in the right places.
I have great trust and confidence that the church uses the funds that we provide in very meaningful and responsible ways.
A lot of families are already giving to other organizations, so why not give to the church that is impacting lives?
It's going to make it possible for us to adapt to the ministry needs of our congregations and Southeast Michigan for years to come.
So if we really take our call seriously to share the Word of God with all people, then we have to take this campaign seriously.
I really, really hope at the end of this campaign that we have a measurable increase in that level of interaction, in congregations owning again, we are part of a community.
The positive way to approach it is there's no better time than right now.
There is no other time like now. Sometimes if you wait on things, we miss opportunity.
We have an opportunity now like the church has never had. And I believe that this is the time that we are called to rise up and that we are called to be Christians in wherever we are and to go out and be the light in the world.